Well, good morning. Friday morning. Back out today to carry on. I'm not going to do any footage of this. I've got to machine these two stacks on one side. I've pretty much seen most of that, so what I'll do is when I've machined that and I'm ready to start machining here, I'll bring you back and we'll have a look, see what we'll come up with. Stay tuned. Righto, I've got all those finished, but I've been thinking the last dozen or so, when I've been measuring them, they're not parallel. And that's annoying me because they need to be parallel, the whole lot. Look at this, up to my bum. And these are the same one, I never changed them, but because I'm taking them off, bolting them back on, taking them off, bolting them back on. What I'm going to do is take this out, I'm going to cut that off, and then I'm going to weld a collar on it, and then put it in the lathe and machine. So once it's in here it stays. Machine the back of the collar so it's a bit bigger than that, and machine a recess to fit those in. That's not going to be a major drama. And then put them all back in because they're the ones, they're all facing the way I've just machined. I've just machined this side on all of them. See, these things aren't all that crash on either, and they're all done in the 3-jaw without using a mandrel. So I'm buggered if I know what I'm going to do with those, but these, some of them are out by 0.04, 0.05, some are out by up to 0.1. I mean, that doesn't sound like much. That's, for my American friends, that's only 4/1000th of a banana. So, you know, it's, these, I want these to be as fairly close as possible. So you've got nice shearing action. Because your teeth will actually, your cutters will actually be like that. They'll be, no they won't. What am I doing? I've got this all arse about. Yeah, no, they'll be that way, because they'll be spinning towards each other. That one will go that way. That one will go that way. Anyway, I'll get it right in a minute. I'm not thinking straight at the moment, because this is fairly driving me insane. So, I'm going to cut that off. I might even just, while it's in there, part it off. Drill it and tap it, so I can just use a bolt then. And I might even see if I've got something I can make another collar, so that when I bolt it, that's a little bit too hard to get concentric. So, I mean, that's going to take me probably another day of machining, but you know, I don't want to rush these, and I don't want to fuck them up. Just to put it as you know, the only way I can. Yeah, so let me think about it. Let me search through my material to see what I can use, and when I've got something sorted, we'll bring you back. Rightio, good morning. It's Saturday morning. Not planning on doing a lot today, but I've had a clean up out here because I just got sick and death of looking at it. But yesterday, I made this up. I was going to film it, but I was in the groove, so to speak, and I didn't want to play around. So what I've done is, I mean, that backing plate is crooked as hell, but I bolted in there and then faced it off, and it's parallel. So let me just put you. Where's it? Hang on. There we go, a little bit more light. Alright, now I'll spin that, and you'll see that's pretty bloody good. So that should be parallel to that. Give me 2 seconds and I'll put it on the front, and we'll have a look and see how far we've got running out on the front. Righto. Let me see if we get that to focus. As you can see, we've got 0.1 run out. So what I'm going to do, there's no reason now why I can't machine these all 10.95, some of them a little bit less, but I'll just take a skim so that the biggest size is 10.95. That won't take much, and then I'm going to put all those spaces through and just check those and get those all down to 11, because some of them are about 11.05, 11.1. So there's where our run out is. So I'll come back, I'll be starting that Monday, but while I was cleaning up it here, I went and bought a 10mm tap yesterday. What's today? No, today's Sunday, you idiot. Sunday today, not Saturday. Saturday was yesterday, that's when I went and got the tap. Friday is when I did all this shit. So, yeah. So that's what's giving me the grief. And I'm willing to bet, I checked those, I checked a few of them, and they all seem to be pretty bloody close. Yeah, with 0.02 of being parallel, but just to make sure, you know, it's a little bit more machine, but that doesn't matter. I'm going to go through and machine the whole lot again. Just skim them and bring them all down. Just, I can't remember whether that was what I used. Yeah, I did, but I've got the camera in my hand, so it's a bit hard. If I had a third arm, I'd be right. If I was from Tasmania, there'd be no dramas. So yeah, I just thought I'd test that while I was out here cleaning up. I don't know what the hell I'm going to do with that ball of swarf. Yeah, I thought while I was cleaning up, and I got the 10mm tap out, and I tapped that out. I thought I'll just bolt one on, and so my centers, it's true, so I'll be able to bring them all down to the same diameter as well. Yeah, so that's at my 0.1. That's where my 0.1 is, and I'm assuming it's because I used 3 plates to space the old one out. And I mean, with those 3 plates, there could have been one of those might be out a little, because when I faced them before, I did them all in the 3 jaw. So there's no guarantee it's going to be dead fat every time you put them in there either. So anyway, I'm waffling, aren't I? I'm going to finish cleaning up. I've got a heap of stuff to do outside today. I've got 4 chili plants I've got to plant. I've got some taps I've got to fix because they're leaking. The usual weekend family stuff, but I couldn't help myself. I had to come out and just fiddle with this and see. I might even very sneakily just take one cut and see how we go. Anyway, talk to you tomorrow. Stay tuned. Well, good morning. Monday morning. I've done a couple just to get myself settled. There's still about 0.05 difference. And the only way I might be able to rectify that, you can see that one if you look closely, you can see where it didn't machine and where it did. So I've taken part of that run out of it, but you see that just tiny little bit of chattery looking stuff there, but it's smooth. It's just the machine finish. You can't actually feel it. The only other way is to run it both ways, like take a light skim off one side, light skim off the other, and that's just too much rooting around. As long as I can keep them below 11, which they are, the biggest size is spot on 11, and it's about 0.05. I think one of the bottom ones goes down, it was a little bit further out, it goes down to 10.9, which is fine, that's within my own set tolerances. So I'm just going to go through now and start machining these all. I'll put you in the stand in a second so you can have a sticky, and yeah, we'll get these all sorted, and then I'll do these, because yeah, I'll get these all to size, and then I'll put the other jaws in and just machine the relief for these steps. So I'm hoping I'll get most of this done today. I don't know, see how long it takes, but it's just dragging on because I'm measuring every single one. You know, I'm measuring at 4 places, but I might just measure 1 or 2 more and just keep going, because I know they're all these are about the same size. I've got that, I haven't got my bar in, but I've got this bed locked down that friggin' tight. It ain't going nowhere. So yeah, hang on a second, I'll stick you in the stand. Alright, let's see how we go. That one has got a bit of a, looks like a stuff up from the machining. I might put that the other way around. Sort that side out. this took off some all the way around. Let's see what size we've got. Jesus, that's a little bit too small, but anyway, that's under tolerance. That's just under tolerance. That's right on tolerance. That's right on tolerance. So I don't know if there's much really I can do about it. I think it's just this crappy lathe. Let's put another one in and see how it looks. Keep in mind, that one I just machined was the very first one I did when I tried to do it by holding it in the forge jaw. So, could be why that one's all out of kilter. Righto, let me bring you back out a little bit. You can see on this one, I don't know if you can, but I can, didn't quite get that tooth, and that one was missed. Most of that one was machined, so that's right on top of tolerance. That's 11 exactly. That one's 0.01 under. That one's 0.05 over. Seriously? So I don't want to have to, that one's 0.03 over. I just have to take just a fraction more. I will off this one, I don't want them to be over 11. So what I'll do is I'll just take a bee's doodle off that. When I've done machining this lot, I'll bring you back when we start to do the spaces. Stay tuned, folks. Done. Getting towards the end there, it started to give me grief. I don't know why. Some of these are a little bit smaller than I wanted, but smaller is fine, but I just don't want them too small. There's two there that I've marked undersized because for some reason they took a heap off, but they'll go on the ends where it won't matter. Undersized. It's not a huge amount, but it's 0.15 under, so but I'll just put those, I mean 0.15 in the grand scheme is what, about 5 thousandths of an inch for my American friends. So what I'm going to do now is get these in. When I get this in and get it set up ready to go, I'll bring you back and we'll have a look. Right, I've got the next one in. I've done a couple already and they're coming out pretty close, 0.01 02, it's in parallel. But what it's doing, and you'll probably see it on this one, it's taking a bit from the outside but very little in the centre, so they're dished. I think that might have been where I had them in the 3-jaw. So I think that's what my problem is. But they're coming up pretty good, and they're just at 11.0102. So, and I've sped this up because it's mild steel now. So. See that? It's taken just a bit off that side, and as it gets towards there, it's taken nothing. But that's fine. That's a whole lot more parallel to what it used to be. So, and that's what I'm going to do with the whole lot of them. So, I'll probably time-lapse you through a few. And keep going. These won't take long. I'm actually powering through it today, which is a good thing. Right, that's finished. I'll get this out of the road because I need to change a few things over. As you'll see, some of these cleaned up real nice, like a little bit. Some were offset, some didn't touch, well some barely touched. This one just barely, you could hear the tip touching it, but it just wasn't taking anything off. You can just see the barest witness mark on it. So measuring these up, they're fairly parallel, so that'll be good. Yep, everything's finished. I can take that out now. Put that somewhere. Look for number 1, and there it is. Number 2. It's number 3. It's number 2. These ones don't have to be too precise because they're only clearance, so just let me get this all set up and I'll bring you back. Right, not a whole lot you can see and there's nowhere I can put the camera, so I'll just do one to show you what's going on and then I'll come back to you when I'm finished. Try and move you over here. You're kind of on the catwalk too, but on the duckboard I should say, fucking catwalk, dickhead. Just see if I can get you in here without me sticking me noggin in it. I don't know if I can. Let me. No, it's not going to work, folks. But you see how it's done. I'll bring you when I'm finished. Right, I haven't done them all because something's come up and I've got to go into town, so I'll finish these off either later or in the morning. But it's given me hell because these ones, the first couple weren't so bad, but the last few that I've done have been so hard. The lathes jumping and banging and crashing, and I don't know if you can see the on the cut there at the beginning where it's jumping around. Hard as hard, which is a pain in the bum, but I've got a bit achieved today, which I'm pretty happy with. I've got all these as parallel as I can get them. All these spaces are parallel, within 0.02, which is half a thousandth of an inch in bananas. So, you know, once they're stacked like that, with another cutter on top, the other cutter should fit in here nicely. So you get a nice shear action when you throw something in it. So yeah. So I'll get these finished in the morning, and then I'll be able to start on the drive shafts. So actually no, I won't, because I want to do these edges first. We'll be setting it up to machine the tips, the teeth. That in its own is going to be a fair bit of work, and I just hope my carbide end mills are up to the task. I might even go and order some more now while I can, just in case, because it's going to be hard, very hard, literally and figuratively. Just a matter of, I'll need to centre this somehow, so I can just unbolt it and put the stopper up against here, and then just cut one and then turn it around to the next one and just lock that down, machined out there. See what happens. I'll come up with something. Even if I spend a day making it a jig with some of the steel I've got floating around here, something that I can rotate and then lock it down, and put a pin, drill a hole, put a pin. So lock it down, machine it, undo it, take the pin out, spin it around, drop the pin in, lock it back up. I think that might be the way to go. I can do that. We have the technology. So thanks for hanging around. I know there's been a few days in this video, but it is what it is. Making progress, Big D. Making progress, buddy. But it's just little fiddly shit, you know, like heaps of fiddly stuff. But we'll get there. Once I get all these sorted, it'll come together fairly quickly. So yeah, looking forward to it. Anyway, thanks for hanging out. Until next time, as always, stay safe. Peace.